Okay, so we have a 14 millimeter drain plug in the transmission. Now, some of you guys may ask, well, why aren't we changing the filter? Well, we don't have a pan as of yet, and this pan has a rust spot in here on the backside, and it's solid, but it goes up into this tube right here, and this is where it disconnects right here. So when you drop this pan down, you have to twist this pan out to have it break away from the dipstick tube, which is the fill tube. Well, if this breaks tonight, we're dead in the water. So we're doing a drain and fill, and Rob's gonna find out how much a pan is and what the availability is. And if he decides in the future he wants to do it, at least we'd be set up to do it. And it doesn't look very difficult to get down as far as clearance goes. It looks pretty good.
Yeah.
But I'm afraid that this tube is gonna crack, a leak, and this is the fill tube for the transmission. If this thing breaks, we're kind of dead in the water. We'd have to put a hose with a clamp on it, and I don't really want to go in there. So we're gonna drain it for tonight with a 14 millimeter, and we've got fluid for it. All right, I'll get the pan up here. Now, Rob said he's drained this one time before, and this fluid looks pretty clean. So
yeah, that's looking pretty good.
So if you drain and fill it, you're not getting all the fluid out of the transmission torque converter. So you suggested to do this twice. Start it up, run it for a good 5 minutes, shut it down, and then drain it again. And you should get all the fluid. How many quarts did you put in the last time? So 5. So 10 quarts. It probably holds about 15 quarts. So really to get all of it out, you'd have to do it 3 times, and that would get everything out of the radiator too. But if your fluid is looking like this coming out, which is nice and clean,
yeah,
once or twice is going to be the limit you're really going to have to do.
This is pretty pink. It looks,
Yeah,
actually looks really good.
Looks really good. So whole truck's in great shape. So this doesn't surprise me. So we'll get this thing drained down, and then we'll put the plug back in, snug it up, make sure our gasket is nice and clean on here again. And then we're gonna fill it back up, put the 5 quarts in it, and check our fluid level. All right, we got our plug back in. We cleaned it all up. I just tightened it with my fingers, and all right, we got it snug now. We're gonna wipe everything down. We made sure everything was clean. All right, so we got, we're gonna fill it, and we have our ATF full synthetic that Rob picked up for the transmission. We're gonna fill it kind of slow. It's got a small dipstick tube, so we don't want to make a mess.
Done yet?
No, we're not done yet.
I'm an impatient bastard. You done yet?
We have all the oil in the differentials though, which is great.
So my father is like an 80-year-old auto body man, and talking about, you done yet? You have to have a lot of patience to be a body guy, right, Steve?
Yeah. Well, you got to be a lot of patience to be your father too, Tom.
to deal with a guy like me, is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Roland's done a great job. And he still has hair on his head, which is amazing. And we'll get the 5 quarts in, and we'll have Rob start it up, run it through the gears, and then we'll know, check our fluid level.
Yeah, so you want to do like Steve just said, transmissions in general, when you top them off like this, you get in the vehicle, start it up, put your foot on the brake, and then bring it through. You'll drive, neutral, reverse, all the different gears slowly, one at a time, so the fluid gets around, gets through all the passages in the valve body, and then you come inside the engine bay here and you can check it. We'll show you in a minute. So Rob, my brother-in-law, right?
Yep.
So to start up the truck, and we're going to go through the gears. What a mess in here. This is worse than my truck. What do you think we're doing? A little slower than that. But go one at a time. Let it click. There you go. One more, let it click. Stay for a minute.
Lights out.
All right.
Alright, put it back.
It's in park.
It's in park. That's once you go through the gears. You gotta check the fluid level, right, Steve?
Yeah. It's right here, so let's wipe with the stick. It's right on the, basically between the first and second notch towards the bottom.
If you can't get a good reading, stick it again. See where you're at.
it's all the way down. You gotta push the dipstick lever back down here. This lever you have to push down to get it out. So you wanna make sure that it's all the way down. We are right at the cold mark, and it should be good where it is. It's gonna rise and get a little hot. We could probably put a half a quart in it. I think we're gonna do that, and then we'll be at the right level.
Top this off.
All right, so we got another half a quart, maybe just a whisker better, and we're gonna put this down there, and then we check our fluid level, and it should be where we want. We check our fluid, and we're close to the top right here before the first check mark. That's right where I want to be. So that extra quart, so we put 6 in for the drain and fill, and put us right where we need it to be. So the transmission drain and fill is all set on.